Oh, yes, friends, we are back today with one of everybody's favorite things. We get calls about these all year round, and these are soft-shelled crabs. These are beautiful, huge soft shells. Perfect for right now. First of the season, fresh in, absolutely gorgeous. And we're gonna show you kind of a fun way to cook these up today. So I'm gonna give people just a few minutes to turn in, and then we're gonna get these rocking because these are so good. Absolutely beautiful, super fresh, really nice, straight from Maryland, gorgeous. And these are what we call whales. So this is the biggest of the soft-shelled crabs. And this is what we're carrying right now, $5.99 each. Such a good deal, super beautiful. And we're gonna make a nice little tempura thing with this. So a little different. We've got a great video on how to pan fry soft shells on our YouTube page, so definitely check that out. But we're gonna do something a little bit different today. So while my oil starts to heat, let's see if I can get it going. Uh-oh, there it is. So while my oil's heating, I'm gonna start by making a little dressing for this. So if you have any questions, things like that, definitely feel free to throw those out there. We're gonna get cooking kind of right away here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make, for lack of better terms, sort of a scallion relish for this. So I'm gonna start by just slicing up a bunch of scallions. And again, this is gonna be our sauce or dressing, however you kind of wanna do it. And you could make this a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different components you could throw in here for this, but I'm going to keep it pretty simple and just use a whole lot of scallions. So I'm just going to give these a quick run through. This looks good, and I do want a good amount here because again, this is going to be kind of the foundation for our relish. So I'm going to add these to a bowl, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our fun little ginger trick, and I'm going to use some of this pickled ginger here again, and I'm just going to slice this up too. This will be part of it. This will add nice flavor. This will add a little sort of sourness, a little heat. And I'm just going to rough chop here through, and you don't have to be too fussy about this. This is going to also add some beautiful color. I'm going to add this right to our scallions as well, along with like, I don't know, about a tablespoon worth of the juice. This will be just sort of a nice little addition, a little freshness. And some fresh herbs are going to be good here. I'm going to just use a little cilantro, but you could certainly use some basil or some mint would be great here as well. Kind of whatever you got in hand. Just something to freshen it up a little. Again, we're kind of going, got a little bit of like an Asian profile going on here. So we're going to do the tempura crab. We're going to do some tempura vegetables to go along with this. I'm just going to toss all this together. I'm going to add a little rice wine vinegar. This is actually the seasoned sushi rice vinegar. So I'm going to add like a tablespoon of that. Got a little soy sauce here. Now, I don't want this too saucy because again, this is going to be more of like a relish. I'm going to toss this together. This is looking good. And then let's hit it with a little fresh lime juice as well. And then what I'm going to do is just let this marinate while we make the rest of our crab dish. So I've got the lime juice. Let me show you kind of a little bit what we're looking at here. And this is going to go right over the top of those tempura crab. This is going to be really nice. It's going to add a lot of freshness. Again, you could throw a lot of different things in here. If you had some like cherry tomatoes on hand, you could dice those up and throw them in here too. There's just a lot of different sort of directions you can take sort of a sauce or a condiment like that. You know, it's kind of like a salsa verde or like a, you know, chimichurri with just a little bit more of an Asian sort of profile. But you could go classic like that too and make an actual chimichurri for this. That would be very nice. Looks like I have run out of heat here. So let me see if I can get a new canister going. Got another one right off to the side, which is fine because we're going to prep our vegetables after this here. So this one's spent. So let's go ahead and reload. Sorry about that, folks. This is what happens when you go live sometimes. All right. There we go. Fire. So here I've got a skillet with some oil. Again, I am filled less than halfway. Anytime you're frying, make sure that your oil is less than half of whatever you're frying in. So what I've got here is some flour, just some basic flour. If you had some rice flour, that would be nice. You know, do a little mix, half and half. A little cornstarch in here would be nice too. But I've also got a little sparkling water that I'm going to add to here. And this is going to help keep it nice and light, which is what we want. So I'm just going to kind of whisk this in. And if I need more water, which I probably will, I'm going to just grab some cold water from the sink. I'm going to set this off to the side. Whisk. We're looking for not a super thick batter here. You know, we're not looking for like a drudgy kind of pancake batter. We're looking for something fairly light. This is actually not too bad. I think what I'm going to do is add just a touch more water, and we will be good here. Now ideally, what you would do is you whisk this and you let it rest for a little bit and let that flour really hydrate through. But we're not going to do that today just because time. And we're going to kind of prep our vegetables. So I'm going to set this back behind me. I've got some really nice asparagus here that I've already kind of broken off the stalks, and I'm just going to go ahead and use these sort of as they are. We just added asparagus to our website today, so if you're looking for some fresh asparagus, we have some. Really nice. Beautiful. These are prepped and ready to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do some onions. So for the onions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in kind of big chunks. Because I want more of kind of an onion petal sort of thing here. So I'm just going to kind of cut these into larger size wedges, like so. And I'm going to leave them mostly intact like this. You could even leave the root end on a bit to help hold them together. I'm not going to do that right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to test my batter using a piece of onion, which I'm just going to drop in the batter. I feel like this is getting pretty hot. Oh, I forgot our secret ingredient. I'm going to season this tempura batter with a little of this spicy Tokyo rub. You could season this a lot of different ways, but this is going to add a little bit of kick, which I want. Oh, it smells really nice. I'm just going to whisk this in as well. And this will give us a nice kind of dimension to this batter. Sort of perfect here. Great. Whisk that in. We'll go ahead and find that onion chunk. And I'm going to go ahead and just drop this in the fry oil to kind of see where I'm at. So we're starting to look pretty good here. That looks like it's going to start frying up pretty nice. So I'm just going to add the rest of my onions here. Just going to sort of dip them in. If they're real big, you can kind of break them down a little bit.
So, real quick story. When I first learned how to do
this is going to be real nice. Again, it already smells outstanding. I grab a little boat here for my whisk. Set this off to the side. I'm just going to sort of lightly dredge these onions. And what you want to do is just shake off any excess batter and then right into the fryer roll. And this is going to be nice. Nice little onion petals here. We just want to fry these until they're golden brown. It's nice when they have a little bit of crunch yet to them, but just take a little bit of that raw edge out. And we're going to use this batter for everything, for the crab and the asparagus. Tempura vegetables are kind of one of my favorite things. They're so delicious. So again, I'm just going to kind of get these frying. bigger chunks in here, and I'm trying to break it apart a little bit. So good. Again, we get calls about soft-shelled crab all year long. It is one of our most popular items, right along with crayfish. People always want to know if we have them, and they're very seasonal things in terms of getting them fresh. So it's not something that we're going to have all the time. When we do get them fresh, eventually we'll get a nice batch which will freeze, so we can try to have some through the off-season months. But otherwise, it just kind of is what it is. So I've got my onions frying here up nice. And then while these fry, I'm going to go ahead and add my asparagus to this batter. And we're going to do the same thing. As I pull out my onions, I will replace them with the asparagus. And what I'm going to do, I've got a little platter here with some paper towels. Looks like we're frying pretty nicely here. Getting nice and crispy. This is exactly what we want to have happen. And it smells just absolutely gorgeous. Again, that really beautiful spice rub that's in there is really, really nice. We want to have our salt at the ready, because again, anything that comes out of a fryer is going to need to get salted as soon as it comes out, because you want that salt to kind of melt onto your fried goods. That onion smell is phenomenal. Give a little bit of a toss. That batter is getting nice and crispy. Now again, using like a sparkling water or a club soda or something like that is going to help keep that batter nice and light and get really nice and crisp too. So it's really kind of a nice thing to use. If you're a fan of it, you know, using an unflavored works. I've used the limes, I've used the lemons. Doesn't really add a lot of flavor, but there's probably a little subtleness in there that's nice. Oh yeah, these are looking great. Give these like another minute or so in the fryer. Remember, if you have questions, please feel free to hit us up. So you've got quite a few people watching, which is awesome. This is going to be really fun. Again, we're really excited to have these soft shells in. In fact, later today, I'm probably going to do a video, show you how to clean soft shells, because these ones are actually what you call undressed. So they're not clean, but the fishmongers will clean them for you right now. But we want to show you how to do it in case you want to do it yourself. All right, these are looking great. So I'm going to pull these onions out here. Because they smell so good. These are going to beat any bloomin' onion you've ever had, I guarantee. It smells so good. So good. Again, tempura vegetables, one of my all-time favorite things. They're just so delicious, and they cook up very quickly, which is also nice too. You could do some thinly sliced like sweet potatoes in here, that would be really nice. You could do carrot, eggplant is really nice as well. And again, today I'm using a little asparagus. You know, technically it's springtime, even though I know it's snowing outside. So, and we happen to have this on hand now. So that's kind of nice. So I'm going to just go ahead and start adding my asparagus. And just like with the onions, we're just going to let these fry until they're nice and golden brown. Oh, the smell. So beautiful. I love it. Cannot tell you enough. This is going to be so good. Let those start frying. Get these beautiful onions. These are just awesome and golden brown. And you can see that spice rub in there. Let me show this off of those asparagus fried. This is kind of what we're looking at so far. Tell me you don't want to eat that. Just delicious. And this is just flour, some sparkling water, and that Tokyo spice rub. So very simple. Just a few simple ingredients is all it takes to make something truly delicious at home. And you see how fast this is going. You know, this is not taking much time at all. Even that asparagus is frying up pretty quick. Which is, again, exactly what we want to have happen. Oh, so good. Can't tell you, friends, how excited I am for this. Now, if you wanted to, you could serve this with a spicy mayo too. Again, today I'm just doing kind of like a fun little relish because I wanted to try it. It seemed like a good way to go. These asparagus are very, very near done. And they cook up quick. It does not take a whole lot of time. You can see, really nice golden brown already. So I'm going to just pull those. Super gorgeous. Hit that. Salt. And let's fry out the rest of our asparagus, and then we're going to get to our crab. Perfect. Perfect. A couple more spears here. When you're dropping it in, it helps if you can try to keep them separate. Otherwise, they'll want to try to fry together, but it's fine. They'll break apart all in the end. Not a huge deal. All right. So asparagus is in. Perfect. Go back and look at my relish here. Looks like we're doing pretty good on this. Absolutely great. Okay, I'm just letting that sauce sort of marinate while we fry all this stuff off. Really good. Do something with oysters sometime. I'll absolutely do something with oysters sometime. We did an oyster video not too long ago. But, you know, there's always more things to do with oysters. We could do some of our classes from, some of our recipes from oyster class. What was it, 2-3 weeks ago? We did oyster po' boys, which is one of my favorite things to eat. So that recipe is up. There's a video for that. You can find it either here on Facebook or you can go to our YouTube page. All these videos go up on YouTube too, people. So if you want to go back and watch later, please add us to your YouTube subscribe list, and we will happily keep plugging away. All right, so I got my last of my asparagus, looking beautiful. Again, I'm going to hit that with a little bit more salt. Perfect. Now what we want to do is fry off our crabs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skim off a little of these crispies that have sort of collected, because those are actually kind of nice to just throw in with the basket. Perfect. Okay, so the soft shells now, let's talk about these. Again, these are beautiful soft-shelled crabs from Maryland. Really beautiful. These are already, the ones I'm using are clean and dressed. The ones we're selling are not. Again, the fishmongers will clean them for you, so you don't have to worry about that too much. But we're going to probably do a video that shows you how also, in case you're interested in doing that. So what I'm going to do is crabs are going to go in to the batter. I'm going to get them good and coated, just like we did with our vegetables. And there's a lot of little nooks and crannies on these crabs, so you definitely want to make sure they're good and covered. And then I'm just going to kind of let any of that excess batter drip out. Now, sometimes these crabs are going to have a lot of moisture, so they can spit and spatter. So again, this is where you want to be careful with your oil. Make sure your pan's not over full. And I'm just going to set that right in there, like so. I'm going to let that sort of start frying. I'll do the other one here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just gorgeous tempura crabs. And I'm just going to let that kind of sit and do their thing. Let them fry. Again, they're already becoming nice and golden brown. These will only take a few minutes here in this fried oil. We're probably going to have to flip them at a certain point. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Starting to hit or spatter pretty good. So again, we want this, make sure these crabs are cooked nice and through. And yeah, then we're going to put together a nice little platter of tempura veggies and beautiful soft-shell crab. Oh yeah. Oh, these look so good, people. I am excited for you to try these. Now, we do have these These are $5.99 each right now. But we have a pretty limited supply, so they're probably not going to last us in the weekend. We just started posting about them this morning, and we've already sold a bunch. So if you want some, get on some now. Otherwise, pre-order for next week. We'll be getting more in for sure. I'm going to go ahead and just give this a little flip. Make sure we're frying evenly on both sides. I don't want to break the crab. Alright, come on. There we go. Again, we're getting a nice, good fry, getting these beautiful golden brown. These are going to be absolutely gorgeous. You eat them just like this. Again, the shells are soft because they're molten, so you can eat the shell and everything. That's why people love these so much. You fry it up just like this, put it on a sandwich, boom, you're good to go. Which is originally what I was going to do today. But we've got the recipes and videos for that. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. But you can certainly, again, put this on a nice big fat sandwich and it would be absolutely delicious. We're getting nice and golden brown here. It's getting nice and crispy. We're probably getting near the done point. Then, you know, maybe 2 to 3 minutes is enough. These are pretty large soft-shelled crabs. Again, they tend to come in various sizes. This year we decided to go all in and get the really big ones. So that's what we got. And they are beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. We got the bottom on this again. Give it one more flip. Oh yeah. This is the stuff right here. Oh, again, that smell. Outrageous. So good. Already placed your order, see? Again, the fishmongers will clean them for you, but we will put up kind of a video later that shows you how to do it. Pretty easy. Oh, just excellent. Just golden brown, crispy, crispy, crispy crab. I don't know what to tell you, people. It doesn't get much cooler than this. First of the season stuff. We literally got these in this morning. Absolutely gorgeous. So hopefully you all take advantage of this beautiful thing while it's in season. How many per portion? 1 to 2. Again, these are pretty big. You could probably do one of these as a portion easily. I mean, that's a good size portion. You know, they're about, the whales are considered to be like 5.5 inches across. So again, it's a pretty hearty sized crab. And they are pretty thick too. So again, all right, these look great. So I'm gonna go ahead, pull these off. Put that with a bit of salt. Beautiful. Do the same thing with this guy. Pull it all out. Oh. Gorgeous. Right here. Maybe with salt while it's still bubbling hot. Take my oil down. Perfect. So just do a slight cleanup. You got some oil everywhere. You know how it goes when you fry sometimes. And then we will plate this up and make ourselves a wonderful little platter of food. So, I've got my platter here. So let's go ahead and put a few pieces of asparagus down here, like so. We're just gonna kind of build platter. Throw some onions down. Oh, smells awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Go ahead, put our crabs down here like so. Now let's go ahead, get some lime wedges rocking.
These are awesome. All my locals now.
Order up some limes. our platter here. Then, let's take some of this beautiful onion relish that we did, and we'll just kind of this a little bit on the top. And this is so easy to do. This didn't take us long to make at all. And it's just absolutely beautiful. Those colors pop. We got the pink from the ginger. We got the green from our onions and cilantro. Oh, come on. Look at that. How is that something you wouldn't want to eat? Perfect dinner, really easy to make. Nice lunch, nice snack. Soft-shelled crabs, super easy to work with. Just gorgeous. We got the crispy vegetables in there. Super nice. Oh, if you don't think this is getting eaten, you're crazy. This is absolutely getting eaten. Look at that. So easy to make, people. And I hope you do. I really hope you do. Again, it's this kind of beautiful first of the season stuff, prime quality ingredients that we really love here. And we hope you give it a chance to, take advantage of this stuff while it's here and in season. That's the perfect time to do it. So thank you so much again for tuning in. Again, we've got the crabs online, we've got the asparagus online. Definitely, we've got the spice rub online as well, so you can grab that. While supplies last, it's all pretty limited, so you got to get in there quick. But thanks so much for tuning in. Again, hope you're all staying safe. I know it's kind of snowy and wintry out there right now for some reason, but that's a thing. So keep on staying safe. We will keep on bringing you some more fun videos and food and all that stuff. But thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow with some more fun stuff. Goodbye.